Hello and welcome. My name is Katherine Corp.
And I'm Kimberly Corp.
We're the owners of Pilates on Fifth here in New York City and the creators of Pilates on Fifth online.
Yes.
Today we want to talk to you about trunk rotation to get more power and prevent injury for your golf swing.
Right, so we're not golf experts, but we get a lot of clients who are injured and come to us for help. And of course, it's Pilates people. We're all about alignment. So this is hopefully a different slant on your golf game.
Right, because no matter how you slice it, golf is a rotary sport. It requires ballistic rotation. But the only way you can have a lot of power but also prevent injury is if you have strength, stability, and flexibility throughout that entire range of motion.
Yes.
So one little example that we like to use, and Kimberly's going to show you, so to understand how more flexibility can actually contribute to the powers, think of
The football kicker, though, who kicks the field goals, whatever, to get his leg to go that much forward, he has to bring it all the way back. So if you watch a still of a photo taken, he has his leg almost all the way back so that he has the power to thrust it forward. So too in the golf swing, you have to rotate massively one way in order to have the power to go the other way.
Exactly. So the exercises we're going to show you today are going to be closed chain exercises first. Now what closed chain means is that you're keeping the distal end, which means like the end of your, like either your hand or your foot.
So I'll show you. This is closed, open,
right.
Closed,
so you're keeping
open.
that fixed and then moving the central part of your body. And the benefits of closed chain exercises are that there's more muscle recruitment, more core muscles required, which is essentially the golf swing. So these exercises are kind of like a double whammy.
Yes.
You get more strength, you get more rotation, you get more flexibility, and more core stability.
Yes.
All right, so let's get started. The first, we're going to use a stability ball, but you can also do this with a chair. So Kimberly's going to lie down.
Lie down.
Yes.
Okay. I didn't put my mic pack in the right
Yes.
spot.
Actually, no, we're gonna have her sit first.
Okay.
So you can sit first, but you still need to move your mic pack.
Okay.
And you're gonna roll out like this, but you only need it there for a second. So your shoulders, you want your head supported. Don't leave yourself here. That's really not nice to your neck. You're gonna be here, and you want to make sure the glutes are engaged. So
Okay,
she's gonna
perfect.
do that first.
Wonderful. Okay, so we're here.
Yep.
And we roll.
She's gonna roll out, walk, 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 walk. So her neck is supported, good. So she's gonna make sure that her hips stay neutral. So sink in your hips for a second. Yeah, don't do that. You actually need your glutes to do a good golf swing, so make them work here too, and that's what's nice about this. Now she's gonna reach her arms up to the ceiling, and now she's going to rotate both hands toward the camera. So rotate, 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 and try to keep her hips stable, good. And then come back to center. Good, and rotate back the other way. So now the trick is you only go to the range that you can stabilize. So if Kimberly were to go too far, we're not going to have her do that, she would fall. So you don't want to go so far that you can't control this. Start with smaller movements and then they can get bigger from there. So Kimberly's going to walk back up. Walk, 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 walk. Excellent. And then go ahead and hop off, and you're going to lie on your back. And you're going to put your feet on the ball here. And again, you can do this one with a, you can't do the one we just did with a chair. You can do this one with a chair most definitely. And go ahead and straighten your legs.
Okay.
Yep. So first we're just going to plank up from here. So she's just going to press into her feet and to lift off. And you're aiming for a straight line between the armpit and the ankle, and then inhale to lower down. One more time like this. Now, very controlled, we're going to keep the torso still and rotate the lower body. So she's going to rotate the lower body one direction, and then bring it back and rotate the other direction. If you've watched a lot of golf videos or done a lot of training, they talk about dissociation, dissociating the rotation of the pelvis from that of the torso. So this works on that. Now normally we keep the pelvis fixed and we rotate the torso, but here's just a different
Now
way
the
to do
shoulders
it.
are fixed because obviously
Right.
you're on the ground, and you're having, if it's hard for you to conceptualize, think of pressing into one leg and lifting the opposite hip.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then to make this a little bit harder, do you need a break?
No.
Okay, you can do one leg at a time. So just to get your body warmed up for this, first Kimberly's just going to lift one leg and then bring it back down.
Oh, I see.
Straight,
Okay.
It doesn't matter straight or bent.
Okay.
And lift. This is not a hamstring flexibility exercise. Good. Now on the next one she's going to take that into rotation. So now she's going to lift and she's going to rotate again. This one's harder, and then come back and set that leg down. And then lift up. And so now it's a really good way for you to see which leg is a little bit stronger than the other.
If you need help, widen your base of support.
Yes,
Okay.
a wider base of support will make it a little bit easier. So that's just something you can do there. So we have one more exercise to show you with the ball. So Kimberly's going to hop up. We're going to do the same thing essentially, but now we're going to be in a plank.
Okay.
So,
You want me?
yep. So
Okay.
Kimberly's we're going to start you this way, so you're more in center.
Okay.
And I'll hold this.
Okay.
And so your shins are going to be on top of the ball. So
Oh, okay.
yeah.
A plank with the hands. We have
Yes.
many forms of planks.
There are many forms of planks.
You
Good,
got
good,
on the
good.
floor.
Good, good, good. So same idea like we did before, just rotate a little bit one way, both legs staying together, good. And bring it back. Same idea, we're trying to keep the torso stable and rotate the pelvis. And Kimberly actually has a lot of range here. Don't worry if you don't have that much range. And then to make it a little bit more difficult, she'll lift one leg and set it down and bring it down, and then the other leg.
I'm just gonna walk a little bit, yeah.
So this is harder. So it's a little bit harder.
Actually, because of where my shins are, actually I wasn't balanced, yeah.
And lift. Good. And lift. Excellent. And then she'll take that into rotation. And rotate. Nice. And lift. And rotate. Good. So people always ask, you can stop whenever.
Okay.
People always ask how many repetitions they should do. You want to feel the muscles working, but you don't want to work yourself to absolute fatigue. That's never a good idea. The other thing to watch out for when you're doing the plank on the ball is that if you're wearing pants that have like loose legs, your feet get tripped up trying to get
you're trying to get your leg out from under the other one.
And it's really
and it's So if you're in that, just pull them up for the exercise.
Absolutely.
And it is a little easier, even though technically it's a longer lever if only your shins are on the ball. There's something about if you're too much on your knee, for whatever reason you don't feel like you have the ball, so you'll kind of be able to find a place where you feel like you have the ball.
Right. Yes, it's a happy spot.
Yes.
Okay, so now we're going to loose the ball and we're going to do 2 exercises standing, but first we want to show you what not to do. So I'm going to grab the dowel that we have. We're simulating a golf club here. And then, so Kimberly is going to do this wrong, please, the first time. So a lot of these exercises, and there are a lot of exercises that show a golf club being used to train rotation. But here's what you do not want to do. Turn to this. Yeah. When you take the golf club overhead, if you don't have the flexibility in your shoulders, you might move your neck forward in order to get the golf club back there. So now Kimberly's going to do it perfectly with perfect posture. Bring the arms back. That's how you want to do it. So just make sure that your ears can be over your shoulders when you're doing any exercises with the golf club behind the back. You don't want to say, okay, well, I was told to do it with the golf club behind my back, and then move your neck forward.
And then, because that rounds it's almost like you're a, so don't do that.
Right. So, okay, so we're going to lose this. So the next exercise is we're going to call just backstroke and freestyle. So stand in your golf stance. So you don't want to be too wide. You want to be about sit bone distance or hip distance apart, whatever your professional tells you to do. And reach one arm forward, and you're going to rotate to that direction. The other arm reaches back. And then now from that, you're going to, it's like you're doing backstroke in slow motion. Your head stays facing forward the whole time, and you rotate.
And you're reaching.
Reaching and reaching and reaching. So sometimes it's difficult to get that reaching feeling. So what you can use is you can use a band. So there are 2 ways to use the band. We'll show you the easier way first. She's going to grab the band like this. So here's one end.
Why don't you show it?
Okay, so you're here. You can reach this way and reach. And so that way you get the feeling of the reaching out. And then for the freestyle, you would go the opposite direction. You'd reach this way.
And all the while, you're making sure that in order to accomplish any of this, you don't flip into.
Sit bones are aiming to the ground. The other thing you don't want to do is you don't want the hips to rotate first. On the very, 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 very end range, you might get a little bit of hip rotation, but for the most part, try to make it about torso rotation. And that'll also help with muscle soreness, too, after a long day of golf. So if you want a full-length golf workout designed especially for all of these muscles, you can go to PilatesOnFifthOnline.com.